Hey YouTube, it's your girl Sporty Shorty and welcome to my channel. I am so excited for today's guest. Y'all know I am a sneaker head. I got the one and only Nike designer Chester Hutcherson III. How you doing, my guy?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Y'all know I had to bring them on, man. You know, I had them on hand just to show the people, man. I'm doing good, though, man. Again, my name is Chester Hutcherson, born and raised in Bessemer, Alabama. I currently live out here in Houston, Texas right now, but I went to Tuskegee University, graduated in mechanical engineering. I also played football, and I played at Jamaica Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated as well. And yeah, man, I'm happy and blessed to be here, man. The show is jumping, the channel jumping. I mean, I feel like a celebrity just getting an opportunity to be up on here, man. So I know we're gonna have some good talks, good discussions. So I can't wait for what we got planned for today.
Yes, sir. Y'all heard him. But before we get into the video, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the video. We're gonna take it back because growing up in Pleasant Grove, was any inspiration behind that of how you grew up, what you saw?
You know, growing up in Pleasant Grove, I mean, it was unique in a way. It was a city, like it was its own city that had, like, I wouldn't say like a best of both worlds, but you got adapted to everything. You know, if a lot of people in Alabama know about Pleasant Grove, PG, it's not the suburbs, but it ain't the ghetto and hard, and you know, like it's like right in the mix to where you not having to struggle, but you gotta learn and adapt to what's given to you. So you don't have everything, but you got just enough. So it was what I went through, what I have seen, you know, because I moved out of Pleasant Grove when I was going into middle school because of the hurricane, that big tornado that came through. I want to say that was 08, 09, something like that. I can't remember when that was. It was in April. I do remember that. And, you know, a lot of people did have to end up leaving due to like house damage, you know, stuff like that, because it was bad. But I will say, like, just the grit and grind that I got from being in Pleasant Grove and going to the Boys and Girls Club and being in a part of every athletic thing you could think of, from soccer to video games to flag football to basketball. And, you know, all of us that go to that Boys and Girls Club, we all go to school together. So we all were best friends, but we also were our best enemies when it came to like competing and stuff. Right. So having built that like that attitude and that mindset going into, you know, the shoe and just life in general. Yeah, I love it. I'm a friendly person. My teacher in 6th grade, I never forget, she said I was a social butterfly, and I agree to all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to not challenge you, but I'm going to be your best competition. You know, I'm going to be a diehard competitor against, you know, whether it's a friend or foe. And that's what, you know, I've been able to adapt, you know, to my everyday lifestyle. You know, when I go to work every day as an engineer, I try to be the best engineer I can and solve as many problems as I can on a day-to-day basis. And when it came to the shoe, like, I wanted to design a shoe that would compete with the Jordans that are selling out at $220 every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have that mindset, and, you know, I really adapted all of that from Pleasant Grove. Like, that was my first like human eye opener on like, what's competition, like how do you compete? How do you know when to take a loss or when to not take a loss? How do you know it's a good win and not a bad one? You know, going through that and those athletic things that I went through in PG, that's what has created my mindset of where I am now, you know, throughout life, and changing and picking up different things that I have. But it definitely started in Pleasant Grove, no question about that.
So what made you make the decision to go down to Tuskegee?
Ooh, they threw that scholarship at me. That's what it was. They threw that man. Look, I swear, I had never, because I had went to Spain Park High School, so that's a predominantly white high school. So I'm in a different culture now. So I'm coming out of Pleasant Grove. I moved to Hoover. So now instead of hearing about the Alabama A&Ms, Alabama States, the Tuskegees, and now I'm in a Roll Tide, War Eagle, Hale State. Now I'm hearing Georgia Tech. Now I'm hearing all of those schools when it actually mattered. So now being in middle school, high school, that's all I'm thinking of. I'm like, man, I want to get a scholarship so I can play at Auburn, so I could play, go D1, so I can do this. And my mindset, I'm not really looking at those D2 schools. Like I'm not, because that's not what I'm around. And reality starts to hit. You thinking D1 9th, 10th, yeah, like, and when I'm playing ball, like 2013, 12, 13, 14, 15, like the camps that they have now were non-existent. So it's really about, getting your tape out, like how to social media presence, stuff like that, and really connections. And, at the time it's just me and my mom. So, we're not that plugged in, so throughout, again, my village, Willie Slater, the head coach of Tuskegee University at the time, was actually my uncle, who I mentioned was a lawyer.
Okay.
He was his head coach when he played at Jacksonville State. Down in Jacksonville. So he was able to, use his connections, and I was able to get my tape out to him, and he loved it. Once he saw my tape, he gave it to his position, the linebackers position coach. He loved it as well, and so they contacted me. They brought me down to Tuskegee University for official visit, and that was actually my first time ever at Tuskegee. Like, I had never been there, so I'm like, wow. Like, only HBCU campuses I had been to at the time was Alabama A&M, Alabama State. For like either going to different games, because a lot of my mom's good friends graduated from those schools, so we would go on the road, go to those schools. But I'm at Tuskegee on my visit, like, wow, like this is a very beautiful campus. Like, it's an HBCU, black culture. Like, I didn't go into details, but they showed me a great time.
Yeah, and that's really good.
Great time, So that's what got me to Tuskegee, was really that visit. And, of course, the football scholarship helped me out tremendously, to get my education paid for. But that's how I ended up there. I mean, it's a crazy story. Again, I never thought about or was in that direction. And, that's what life do to you. And lo and behold, now I done created the shoe for the university. So it's like, that's, on a God's plan, you can't detour from it, Right. So I'm not gonna say I wanted to, but it just wasn't. I didn't know what was planned for me ahead. But yeah, that's how I got to Tuskegee and got these opportunities that I've gotten. So
how did you become a yard runner? How was that selection process?
Man, so from Nike themselves, they said that they go to, depending on like what their curriculum of what they're choosing for, each class at the time. Like, I think the first class was like entertainers, so they did a lot of, like hostess, people that are working on TV networks, things of that nature. And so that year was the athletic year.
Okay.
And so that year was 2020 when they were looking. And so 2019 was that fall 2019 was the last football season that we had, or like everybody had. Because COVID happened the following year. So while they had, like the certain positions attached to the schools that they were wanting to look at. So Tuskegee was looking for a football player. So I just so happened to have two of the craziest games of my entire life. Like, we had played Edward Waters College down in Florida, the second to last game before homecoming, and I had set a Tuskegee University record for most tackles in the game with 18. And
what was your position?
I play outside linebacker. Outside linebacker. Yeah. So that's why I actually on the shoe detail. Let me see if I can show it. But I underline. If y'all look at the 18, it's under. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it's underlined. And it just so happened that 1881 is the year Tuskegee University was founded. So I underlined that, for the shoe, to just kind of as a reminder, talking point for myself, just to kind of point that out. And so then that last game was our homecoming. We played Miles. and I had a decent game that game as well. I had like I want to say 8 or 9 tackles, So with those two big games at the end of the season, and that being like the last season for like a year and a half, my name was like a highlight on Google when you type in like Tuskegee University football. It's showing my name like on the hits. So what they do, and this is why I tell people, man, your social media, if you use it, it's very pivotal. Like making sure that you have what you want to be broadcast. Like if you don't want nothing that crazy out there, don't put it on there. Because they said that what they did was they took the name and they put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, and they saw like the things that I had going for myself, that I was an engineer, I had a pledge, I made it out.
Hold on, now from one engineer to another one.
Right. Okay.
So I'm an ME myself.
Right.
So when did you know you wanted to be an engineer?
Man, I kid you not. I don't know if you know about the McWayne Center right in Birmingham.
Yes, I do in Birmingham. I do.
Man, my mom, she tried to keep me into everything, right? And because my mom, that's my heart. She's a teacher, and so y'all know teachers. They keep their kids active in what need to be the right thing to be active in. So my mom, like she's a math teacher as well, so she would keep me in like just science and math things over the summer. Like I mean, from this state to this city to like it was number school. So I actually went to the McWayne Center, and they had a summer program for the kids. I don't know if they still have it now, but I did it as a kid. And what they did was they helped, like it was just like a science and math like academy where we went through like different classes, different learnings. I built my first potato clock. I built a electric Lego car. And so it was just, I remember it like it was yesterday, because it was such a life-changing experience, because I knew like, wow, I love problem solving. I love to take things apart and put things together, and I like math and science. I wasn't afraid of it. I feel like I liked it. It liked me, so I mean, my mom was showing me multiplication flashcards, and I feel like I got the womb. So I'm like, engineering is it. And I'll never forget, like my mom, we was having a conversation, I believe in the car or something like that. She was kind of giving me a rundown of, like financial advice, and if we know teachers don't make the most money in the world, even though I feel like they deserve $1 million a day with the kids they deal with. And my mom, she's just telling me, make sure it was kind of like toward, I was either going into high school or I was in high school, but she was like, make sure you're making the right decisions on wanting to become that engineer, if that's what you want. She was like, you like math and science, you need to look up on Google what's the highest job paying you can get with math and science, and it was engineering. Right. And with going through that academy, and then seeing on Google how I could live and be have a comfortable life, it was engineering. And again, that's kind of how I started that transition into becoming one. We had engineering academy at my high school as well, so I was in that. I stayed in that all my 4 years in high school, and then I was okay. Let me adapt to that in college, and here we are. What was it, like 5-6 years later out of college? Man, I'm an engineer now, so. It's been cool.
All the engineers,
right?
And MEs, EEs.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. We running the world. It's a job that's never gonna run out. I don't know if everybody been seeing what Elon Musk has got going on. They just brought the SpaceX back, and it landed right back at home base. The engineers there. So I'm an advocate for engineers all the time. All my friends are my college best friends. Shout out to them. But yeah, us engineers, we running it.
Hey, we do run it.
Right.
Listen, so you an athlete, okay? You an engineer,
yeah,
okay? And you said you pledged. Go ahead and shout the frat out one time.
Man, shout out Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Man, shout out to the bros. We got our Founders Day coming up November 17th. Man, I know I've been saying it probably all this podcast, but I definitely wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for that fraternity. Like I pledged when I was a sophomore in college, actually during the football season. So fall 17, that man, my line brothers, my DP, my ADP, my pro fights, them keeping us headstrong, and just instilling that nothing beats hard work. If you're putting hard work into it, whatever outcome you're going towards, you're gonna receive. As long as you're putting the work in to get it. With that fraternity, it's opened so many doors for me. It's gotten me really to where I am in the company I'm with today. Like, shout out to Vince Stutz, man. He is an Omega brother of mine that actually works for DuPont. I got my job because of our fraternity connection at my career fair at Tuskegee University. He saw me, I had my suit on. Bros, y'all know we suited and booted everywhere we go, especially for a career fair. And I had my pen on. He didn't have his pen on. He was in the DuPont attire, like the college recruitment shirt. But he saw my pen, man, and we got to talking. He saw how involved I was in my GPA and things like that. And he put my name into the right room, so I was able to get my internship with DuPont, and now I'm with them full time. So it wouldn't have happened. I don't know if it would have, but we don't know. So I'm going to say that it wouldn't have happened without my fraternity and the work and the work that it has given me in regards of, being able to live the life that I am now. And I could go on and on about that.
I got you.
Shout out to Omega Top 5, man.
I got you. Shout out to all the cute dolls out there.
Yeah, shout them out, man.
So Chester, I gotta ask you, like, where does designing come from? Like, man, you don't hear that a lot.
I know, man. It was so crazy, just like how the opportunity came apart. Like, I continue to tell people, like, since I began the journey into when I got the opportunity to design the shoe, being a part of that YardRunners class 2.0 class, like it was in 2020, or like the end of 2020, around that time. So like COVID, all of that's going on. So everything was through virtual contact. There wasn't no like in-person discussion, no handshaking. So they had hit me up, they had DM me on Instagram, and I don't know if everybody remember during that time, but everybody was trying to come up on something. So you getting spam messages in your DMs everywhere, like, oh, I got this opportunity, I got that opportunity. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, Nike, come on now. Like, let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? So, right. So I see it, and I swear, I deleted it because I had it. Instagram had it. I don't know if you guys remember 2020, 2021, right? They had it to where the messages were filtered. Like, it had like general, maybe general, direct, and then it had maybe like spam, or it was a difference between if you followed them or if you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So they were over there. So what I would do is I would clear them out like every month or so, because it would the notification number would get like crazy, ridiculously high. And so I went in, I saw it, I put it in there because it was already in there because I didn't follow them, right? Or it was the agency that worked with Nike. And so I went in, I read it, left it there, and I deleted it. So then I went to Mexico, and I posted a picture, and they commented in the comments like, hey, check the DM. And so, mind you, I deleted it. Since I deleted it, I didn't have their recent message that they sent, but I remembered it. And so I was basically going back and forth. I was like, I remember what you sent, but basically, like, is it real? And so they sent the contract. They said it's gonna fly out, this, got the hotel for you, all of this, right? I'm still not believing it. Like, me and my mom, I talked to her, and she was like, well, if they send the contract over, we can send it to your uncle, because my uncle's a lawyer. And she was like, we can have him check it out and see if the agency is real and all that. So like the next day, he like, yeah, they legit. So we just sitting there laughing, like, okay, real. So I messaged her back. I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'll do it. Da, 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 da. And so, long story short, like, it ended up being what it was. We did the first part one. We dropped like all the HBCU gear, for all the schools. Like, we did, like I said, Tuskegee, Kentucky State, we did Central State, we did Howard, Spelman, Morehouse, we did Alabama A&M. It was so many. We did a few more schools, I want to say, in my class. But long story short, we had got all of that. We had released all the gear, all the Nike gear for those schools. We did it for in New York, so that's how the billboard happened. And then we did it in like a lot of the Nike stores, just kind of all over the place, from like Florida, Georgia, Texas. Like I was getting like family and friends that live out here. They went to like the Nike outlets and they were seeing like the gear and stuff like that out there. So it was real cool. And so after that, a year later, they had the dunks that they dropped. So they did, the NCAT. Oh, we also had NCAT as well that we dropped the gear with. So we did, and FAMU. Oh, there we go. Now I'm going through the motion of what all we did. These are the schools. So they did the dunks. So they did like the NCAT. They did NCAT, FAMU, Clark Atlanta. Oh, Clark Atlanta was the other school. See, here we go. And Tennessee State. And Tennessee State was the other school with the gear. So once they did that first one, they were like, okay, we did those 4 schools on the dunks. Now we want to, continue going back in time, and they want to do the Terminator. And so the dunks, have been hot. And the trend with Nike, if you guys are like deep sneaker heads going into it, like they've been going further and further back in time. Like when we were in high school, middle school, high school, it was like Roshi's, and the man, help me out. What was the big Nike shoe that we all wore in like high school?
The Forces?
No.
I'm an 09 girl now.
Okay. Ooh. So okay, hold on.
We had the Forces.
It was like oh man, the Roshi's with the man. When I'm telling you, when I say they are on my face right now, Nike trending backwards, right? I
got you.
So the older we get, the farther back they're going. So dunks, they went back with dunks, and they've been hot. Everybody buying different colorways. So now they're like, let's keep going. Let's go to the Terminators. Now the Terminator, that's like Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley time frame. Like when they were hooping. So now they're like, okay, now let's push these older shoes out, and change the colorways and get those going. So now that's where they were going with, using the Terminators, shoes for HBCUs. So man, they gave me the call. I'll never forget it. I just got off work. The Nike agent that I was working with had hit me up. He's like, hey Chester, just give me a call when you can. Like I want to go over some things with you. Let's see how, let's see what can work. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm at work. I'll call you when I get off though. And man, he called me. Basically gave me the rundown about what was going on in the next year. He was like, this is how we want to do it, and this is the opportunity we want to give you for the Tuskegee shoe. And I'm like, yo, like, man, Tuskegee, what? We finna hit 100-year excellence this year. Like, I mean, bro, we got so many big names, and we got creators. We have, big entertainers.
Well, hold on now. Don't cut yourself short. Don't cut
right? That's what I'm saying. Of course not. So I'm like, what? Me? So, man, long story short, like, man, gave me the opportunity. And, from that point on, it was December of 2022 up until like August of 2022 up until like July of 2023 was like the time frame I had with designing it, So once I got that first call, I just started going like crazy and just creating, like I'm looking up shoes, I'm looking up ideas, I'm going back in time, seeing like, okay, how did they wear them? I'm looking at how people wear them now, or like just how wear high top shoes, so because these are high top. How do we wear high top shoes now, like in just a regular environment? Because it's hard. We all look like the low tops because you can wear them with shorts, jeans. You could, you got on the ladies side of things, like they're wearing them with skirts. They're wearing them outwear, inwear. So it's because they're easier to, kind of rock with different accents of fashion. So with the high top, it kind of puts a limit on it because it's taking up more of your foot and your ankle. And they heavy. They like, man, I can't walk this much with them. So I'm going deep. I'm going into the bag of like just how I wear things, but how do others wear things? How can it be more comfortable for everybody? Because at the end of the day, my main goal and objective is what I'm seeing now in regards of making sure everybody feel comfortable when wearing them. Like I want the older people, I want the younger generation, I want, men, women, like different ages, like everybody can wear them. So that way it can adapt to their environment of them being comfortable when they walk in the room. They see they got these on, and not that they're trying to speak Tuskegee, but they're also trying to speak themselves. Right. So that's what I was like really honing in for when I was designing the shoe. And I feel like I can definitely capture that just from what I've gained through social media. I can't thank enough people who have thanked and been so proud of me, my village, people that I've never heard I mean, people across the world. Like, it was this one guy, man, I never forget. He was like it's just the Nike name. He was in Spain or something, and just following Nike. I guess he had came up on his feed, or he had saw it on the sneakers app, and he DM'd me, because now I'm checking ever since then. I check all my spam messages on. Hey, look, I done learned my lesson. I check them all. Look,
right.
I check them all, so it don't matter who. If you sent me something, I'll check. What I'm saying? So, man, he sent me. He was basically like, man, very nice shoe. Like, they didn't release them on that side of the country or the world, excuse me. But he was just, gave me like just props of like, man, designing a shoe. He really liked the colorway. He was saying like he actually doesn't really like high top, but he was like, with this colorway being, like a white base, but with that red and black, kind of accent going on. He was like, man, he would rock that if he was able to get the shoe. So it just felt good, just kind of getting those words of encouragement from the shoe, from all different parts of the world, and then of course from the Tuskegee family and just HBCU families in general. Just getting that, it felt good. It felt good for sure. So that's what kind of went into the design of the shoe, man. It was a long process. Like I said, we got so many different things that I put into the shoe real quick. Like, I don't know, let me take the sole out real quick, but like just showing I put the shed in the inside of the shoe as well. Okay. Like, because I know, so like the one thing that Tuskegee showed, or not Tuskegee, but Nike wanted me to do was to put like the Tuskegee culture in the shoe, like things that a normal person wouldn't know or see.
Right.
So that's why I put the shed, like inside the shoe, because man, everybody that comes, especially me playing football, right? Like I had many friends that played at other HBCU, that like the SciEx schools, like Lane, Miles, Kentucky State, like all of those. So we would always play each other, and dap each other up at the game, take pictures, and they would be like, man, that shed be rocking. Like,
it be rocking. Man, I can attest to it. Y'all be balling and parlaying.
Parlaying over there. Like, it is one of those, it speaks Tuskegee. Like, it shows how, black people can get under one area, have a ball. You don't know who to your left or to your right, but after the game, you're gonna be best friends. Like, that's just what it is. And you got what you might not know coming to there as like a guest. This might be a doctor and on his own practice, and this guy here got 5 businesses. Like,
and that's the beauty of it.
And that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just speaks, and that's how we as Black culture are. Like, we go out and have fun, but we're gonna handle our business when the time is right. So I felt that the shed needed to be captured in its own way, with the shoe, and that's what I put in there. Also put Tuskegee Institute, so that was our name before they changed over to Tuskegee University. So I wanted to pay homage, to the. Let me make sure they just
hold them up so people can see.
So they can see and pay homage to the older generation, that made the Tuskegee culture easier for us, because we didn't go through what they had to go through, so I wanted to definitely pay homage to that generation, because I have a lot of Tuskegee alum in my own family. So it's Tuskegee Institute. My degree says Tuskegee Institute, not university, so I would definitely, that was another thing that I wanted to incorporate in designing the shoe, like just giving them their credit, because a lot of the Tuskegee, a lot of the newer stuff now does say university, especially a lot of the Nike stuff that's in the bookstore, just because that is our name now. But I wanted to also throw that in there so that just to make them smile and give them the credit that I know they always want. So I wanted to put that on the back just to make sure that when they see it, they know, hey, this is Tuskegee University shoe, because it's sold as Tuskegee University. But when you pick it up and put it on, you're gonna see Institute and give you that reminder. And then I got the ball and parlay on the shoestrings, again, just to kind of remind, I got the parlay on there, and then on the red one we went no. I think ball and parlay is actually on these two, on the gold. So we did let me grab it. We did ball and then parlay on the other shoestring. And then the burgundy shoestrings is just it's just strictly burgundy, so you can switch it, because I like to rock them. I do like
Okay.
silver one, burgundy on the side. But I've seen like others, they'll tie both in on both
Right.
shoes. So I'm like, man, I just I've loved since designing them, just seeing the different ways people have been able to create and adapt to their way of comfortable fashion wear, which is what I wanted. I'm like, y'all, please don't wear them like how I would, or
Uh-huh.
how they came in the box, shipped to you. Like, do what you want to them, so that way you feel comfortable wearing them, and that way it may catch somebody's eye in a different way than I caught them, or somebody else did. So yeah, it was, man, the design, the thought behind it. I mean, me doing the work and going, so hard for it. It was all I could ask for. I feel like that right there was just icing on the cake, being a Tuskegee alum. And given it, I told Nike they need something else, they got to put me on payroll next time. And I know I went crazy, but I need a salary.
Yeah, I got you. So with all three of those, you were
Yeah.
a testament to a true yard runner. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
all of those that you explained, everything. I mean, it's only right that you represent Tuskegee. The shoe is amazing. It's
Thank
dope.
you.
I love the concept. Of course, I've been told that Tuskegee has the best homecoming. Would you agree?
If you know, you know. And if you don't know, you know, man. Tuskegee got the best homecoming in the land, man. Oh my gosh. I've done my Tuskegee tours, man, and I've been a lot of places, especially with me living in Delaware and going to homecomings out on the East Coast, and of course down south. Those homecomings down there, all of Alabama and the state of Georgia, but nothing beat Tuskegee University. Oh my
Y'all
God.
heard it. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
telling you, we go from, and I've seen it a lot more. It's I don't know if it's because it's more vocal with like TikTok and things like that, but I do see where a lot of the schools are going from like Monday to that Sunday. I've seen it, I promise you. But Tuskegee, I'm telling you, we go from that Friday, the week before, to really that Monday coming back. And I mean, it's just at the Monday after homecoming, it's just, man, it's just a testament out of this world. The more I've started to go to the homecoming since being an alumni, it's definitely for us. But I could also see why I used to have so much fun. I try to have as much fun as possible when I was in school as well. Being a football player during the homecoming, it was tough. Couldn't do everything, but I don't feel like I could have had as much fun anywhere else if it wasn't for Tuskegee. So
that's what's up.
Hey, Tuskegee, man, we got it. If you don't believe it, come experience it yourself. Man, our homecoming is November 8th, coming up in, I think, 2 weeks. So, man, it's gonna be a ball and parlay for real. Like,
Ball and parlay.
we in the our football game in a bowl.
Yeah.
We the only this how we know we're the best. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
We're the only school, and if I'm wrong, y'all put it in the comments. Y'all at me do this. We're the only school that let fans come bring your tailgate into the stadium and actually enjoy the game and the tailgate inside. Like, our football field is in a bowl, and the stands and the shed is in the bowl. We call it the bowl, and our tailgate spots are around the stadium, so you can tailgate and watch the game right there. You don't have to. Okay, I gotta walk to 15C. Let me go to this gate and go in. No, you party and parlay and all of that in the game. Like, you get to get lit in the game. Come on now, ain't no school doing that. Like, that's why we the bit. Like, that's a number one reason we are the best. Like, no question. Come out and see, man. We are the first HBCU band. Like, Tuskegee University, first HBCU band. Like, come see the band. Like, we show out. So, best homecoming there is, no doubt about it. I will die on that hill. I don't care.
Y'all heard it here first. Hey, you heard it on Sporty Shorty.
Hey, man. Hey, at me if I'm wrong.
Hold on now. You on Sporty Shorty?
I am.
Designer and all. I'm a true sneakerhead.
Yeah.
My collection.
Yeah.
Y'all know me. So I gotta ask them, what's the best shoe ever made?
Man. Best shoe ever made. First off, I'm a Nike guy, so it's coming from the Nike family. But I'm a Jordan guy. A Jordan, don't care. Jordan's is it. But I will say my favorite all-time shoe is the Bread Forward.
Okay, that's a solid pick. I love
with bread.
That's a solid pick.
My go-to shoe. That's my, and me and you know what I'm talking about. That's my get my fresh cut. I come home, put a little fit on, and I put the bread fours on, and I'm going to Ulta.
I got you.
I'm going to Target.
I got you.
I'm going to Target.
I got you.
I'm going to the mall.
I got you.
When I got them bread folds on.
You was gonna say fives, I'm gonna have to kick you out the show. But you made a solid pick. Y'all know I'm
Nah.
We saw. Look, I have to kick them off the show if they say fives, man. That's the ugliest shoe ever made.
Right. I ain't gonna lie. That's up there. Nah, that's up there. You right about that. They is not the best.
I got you.
Bread fours, nah, that's my go-to. That's my go-to. I love just the cleanness of it. You know, you can wear them. Like how I was talking with the mindset of the shoe, right? Like you can wear them with shorts, you can wear them with jeans, you can wear them under the pants, you can wear them over. You can tuck them. I've seen guys tuck the pants behind the tongue, and it still look decent. It's a little crazy to me, but it's cool. Yeah. Like you can't do that with any other shoe. So. Yeah. The fours, my best, but the bread fours, number one to me. That's my number one.
I get that. That's a solid pick. I like that. Yeah. Now it's football season, so who your teams now? It's okay. You can say it.
All right. Well, I am a Cowboys fan, y'all. I know.
You know how Sporty Shorty feel about the Cowboys, but go ahead.
I know. I be seeing what you be saying too. I'm glad you brought that up. I be seeing what you say, and I be wanting to comment, but then we lose, so I just get quiet.
I just put the truth out there, Cowboys.
I just get quiet. You understand the truth hurts.
Listen,
it be hurting.
Cowboy fans, when y'all come to the realization that it's over, I'm okay. Then we'll have it.
Yeah.
We college team.
This might not be no better either, but I am an Auburn fan.
Oh, double trouble. Just keep your head up, y'all. Y'all ain't want. Y'all holding on to that tissue real tight. Just keep your head up, okay?
Man, it's been rough. It's been a rough. I'm telling you, it's been a rough year for me with my football teams. You know, it's like what hurts is we not just like the Cleveland Browns. Sorry, like the 2012, 2013. We not just, we know they're gonna lose. It be that faith. It be that like
it's like the fourth quarter. Y'all just, I don't know. It just collapsed.
It goes apart.
It
be the Eagles, my War Eagles, my Auburn, and my Cowboys. It just sucks. That's the worst part about it.
I got you.
Like it's just they give me that faith. If we just suck, I'll be fine. I would be good, like if I knew we was going 0-12, 0-17, I'll be fine then, because I would be looking on the 2025.
Yeah, that hope is different, man.
Right. It's different, I'm telling you. But that's when we do win. And y'all see me crying.
I'm not gonna judge. This like tissue that y'all got saved for weeks and weeks.
Right. Thank you. Okay. Because I'm like, I earned it. I stayed. I didn't leave. I didn't switch. I didn't go.
That's a fact.
I rode it. And it's been a long wave I'm riding. Lord knows.
Just as long as y'all know y'all will not win in the Iron Bowl, we good.
I don't know now.
We not even having that discussion. See? That false hope right there.
So you are content with that answer.
You think y'all coming in the Tuscaloosa and beating us?
It's something, when we come to T-Town now.
It is. Y'all get superhuman powers. I don't know what it is.
I was about to say, yeah.
But I just can't bank on this season. Y'all ain't it. I can't.
What?
If we lose to y'all,
hey, y'all heard it here first. Sporty Shorty, Auburn won that Iron Bowl.
On to the next topic. Listen, we're not even gonna put that on Sporty Shorty. Listen, I got a lot of people over my timeline that entrepreneurs, sports. What kind of inspiration or knowledge do you want to instill in them too? If they want to be the next Nike designer, if they want to be at the next Tuskegee, what advice would you have for them?
Man, honestly, I would just say if that's your passion, if that's what you want, if that's what you desire, like if that's what you want in your life, do it. Like, do not take advantage of the time you have. Man, like 10 years ago, I was literally a 16-year-old dude in the same position a lot of y'all are. And I'm like, man, maybe like, I could miss a workout or oh, I can do this, or oh, I can go here. You know what I'm, and that time slips. Like it goes from 16 to 26, just like that. Like, man, I'm out. Like, so take advantage of the time you have, take advantage of the moment that you have. Like, if you really want to make it, and this is outside of sports, this apply this to everything. Like, if you want to be that engineer, that doctor, that lawyer, that teacher, like if you want to do that, use that time wisely to push to those goals, because it will slip through your hands. It'll slip through those hands you're using to scroll on TikTok with, and it'll be gone. And then you'll look back and be like, wow, where did the time go? Man, I should have did this. I got so many homeboys now, or that I know of, that I'm like friends with on Facebook, and I see like, man, they had this potential. They did this, they did that, they could have did this, and it didn't happen because of, you know, just time, that they didn't take advantage. So don't be the person with regrets. Like, don't be that person. And I can fully attest and be happy with myself and know that I don't have any regrets. That yes, I could have did a lot better in certain areas, but at the end of the day, I know that I put my best foot forward and I did what I needed to do with the time I had to get where I wanted to go. So I want all of you young people out there to have that same comfortable feeling when you get my age, to be like, man, like I made it. I'm content with where I am in life, and now I can move on to the next point of life of maybe starting a family. You know, looking on how I can build that generational, you know, wealth, and creating that for the next. But for now, at the age you young ones are at, and I'm speaking to, you know, middle school, high school, even college, like it's never too late to, you know, inspire your dreams. Like you can look at Cam Ward at University of Miami. He coming out of high school, man, he didn't have no stars. He went from school to school in college, got to Miami, man, is a Heisman candidate. Like it doesn't matter like when you start. It's just the point of starting, you know, and doing the work the right way so that you can reach your goal. And I want you all to do that, especially us black men, us black women. Like we have to do that. The world is already against us, so we need to do everything that we can control the right way, and that's what you do with your time. So that's what I definitely have to say to that. I hope that touches somebody and it reaches somebody that needs it. Because we all need that extra push. I needed it. I know my girl Sporty Shorty that needed it, because she's taking her podcast, her channel to a whole nother level. I know you probably, as human nature, had doubts, had concerns, like should I be doing this, should I not? And you heard the right words that kept you going. And look at you now. So you got two people on this channel and many others that will come later that's going to be that we're in the same position you are. So just use what we've done and what we're doing now as just motivation of I can do it. We from the same place you were. We ain't had no $1 billion sitting around and hey, he go Sporty Shorty, he go billion, he go Chester, he go billion. No, we did it. So don't use no excuses. Just do what needs to be done, so you can reach them goals and you can live that life. We only got one shot at it. So that's what I got to my young folks, man. I hope it reach y'all for sure.
You heard it here first.
Hey, heard it here first.
Y'all. Anything else you want to share with the people? I think that's
man. Nah, I don't have nothing else to share, man. I really just want to say, you know, thank you for the opportunity. You know, I love getting these types of opportunity to give back. You know, I've had my own scholarship. You know, I've done ways of pouring into the community, but the best way to do it is just listening and hearing from others that have came out of an environment that you are currently. So I love to do these things. And I want to continue to watch you grow, continue to watch this channel grow, man. You're doing so well. So I want to say congratulations to you, and continue to strive and reach these goals that you want to get to. And we will have 1 million subscribers on this thing, 1 million followers, man. And when it happens, all we're gonna do is just sit back and laugh and kiki. And you know, we're gonna celebrate with the village and we're gonna turn up. So I want to say congratulations to you, and to the people out there watching. You know, if you need any advice, anything at all, you just need somebody to talk to, I'm open. I'm not one of those people that, hey, my everything is shut down. So you can reach me on my socials, and yeah, I'm always here. So thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, no problem. I have had a blast talking.
Yeah, we did, we
At
did.
the Yeah, man, I couldn't even sleep.
Right.
I love it. I was so excited for you to be on my channel.
Nah, facts,
Man,
facts.
I'm
It
just so
definitely
excited.
is.
Y'all know me, my sneaker collection, as you can see down below. But
Right, right, right,
it's amazing. I mean, to have you come full circle on Sporty Shorty.
right, right.
Man, I love the shoe. I love
Thank
everything about what you all did for the Yard Runners. I am so appreciative for you and others coming on Sporty Shorty, and sharing your message with my followers.
you.
So of course I thank you.
Oh,
Is
no
there anything
problem.
that you're working on?
Ah, I got something up my sleeve.
Okay,
End of the year, y'all might see a little something come out.
okay.
Maybe in that little December, January time frame. But I'm gonna make sure a lot of things are cross your T's, dot your I's on
I got you.
everything. But no, yeah, life has been good. It's definitely been God given. I'm definitely blessed and grateful. And yeah, hey, the year's almost up, so we making these moves, man, so that we can start 2025 off right and get, reach where we want to go, with this life we have. So that's it right there.
Yes, sir. That's all we need.
Right, right,
As
right.
always, y'all know how I do it. Go Mavs and roll tide. Peace.